seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle! Oh no, we've got a DC. 30 seconds to battle.
Is a very popular pick.
Yeah,
because
by the end of the tournament.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the advantage of having a safe lane, or rather a support Zeus, because he could just start walking around bolting, and he does find one of the wards on the bottom. He will tangle it immediately.
Not going to be a 5 position for long.
Yeah. He knows that this is also blocked, so he's going to just bolt it. Highlight die.
Save that money on some.
Pops up a very early clarity.
Are you trying to put ideas in?
We are actually mind-linked. So
mind-linked?
He's already got the idea.
Well, better be mind-linked to Pi, I think, than it. Might go a little crazy if I
scientists are baffled. He does have a clarity going. I'm not sure exactly for what, but he is bolt away.
All right, so let's see how these lanes are shaking out. They are initially putting the Lich bottom. I know that's something we were curious about. Faith getting aggressive here. So it is the Void Lich dual lane up against an unconventional Zeus Naga. Mid lane is going to be a Puck versus Bristle, and then the off lane, the double melee cluster of MSS and Aoi matching up against the safe lane Pugna. Do you favor either laning setup here? Any adjustments you would want to see?
To me, I think the Sand King is very stranded. What lane is he actually going to have an impact? He can't really zone out Kaka. He can't really roll mid and set off ganks. So to me, he's just leeching the experience at the top lane. Maybe once the first Nightfall comes, MSS roams off the lane and he could get a little bit of experience. But Sand King to me is the MVP early on for Cloud9 because he needs to actually kind of tie the early game together for Cloud9, and I don't think he's able to do so given the lane matchups.
We're giving out MVP awards already?
Rather, he's the most important player for the team. Meanwhile, in the jungle, 2 supports.
And fight! And fight! Faith takes it.
1 person into the bottom. Let's
get in the coffin.
There you go.
Actually, this set, is that a coffin? That's more like a tarp. This Lich doesn't like getting wet, I guess. Nicely done there. And really unfortunate when, as you mentioned, you are a hard support. Things looking good early for Newbee in the off lane. Bristle back middle, well, mid lane, and that is going to change. Now he drives by, finds the kill with the haster.
Proving me wrong immediately. I was thinking that he can't actually force a kill mid, but it looks like Vado was able to do a very good job at kind of driving him low enough to make that burrow strike with a haster for a kill.
Playing pretty aggressively here on Envy, who is struggling in the farm department as you'd expect against the Lich. I guess thus far, and when you've got a lineup that's quite greedy, Lumi. Like, often you want the Naga to have that good start, so she gets, you know, the early Radiance, and then she kind of creates space for the rest of the team to farm by pushing the lanes out. But the longer it takes Envy to come online, the longer, you know, his comrades are really going to suffer here and struggle to find their own.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Puck at 6.
Now looking to descend on the mid lane where Faith has set up shop. They do have Frost Armor on SCCC, but his HP's low enough that maybe they can nuke him down. Keep in mind though, he does have raindrops.
Newbee already knows they pop down low ground, and this ward has scouted out the entire rotation.
And nobody's showing top either.
Yeah.
It's already being called. So Mugi now can more aggressively push this tower. Precious nighttime being wasted. It is buying a little space for Envy, I suppose, over bottom as he looks to catch up, but still KP outstripping him in the CS department. They start to descend, moving on to SCCC, Faith's out in front. Nightstalker flapping over the trees, tries to lock down onto that Lich. Will he get to the shrine? No, the coil's committed. Huge drop from Cloud9 just to take down a lowly Lich. And now, revenge is what SCCC is after, chasing forward with the quills. Chews him up, spits him out, takes up the Sand King. Pretty awful trade for Cloud9 when you also consider time investment and the coil drop.
For sure. Again, Newbee knew the gank was coming. Double Frost Armor up on all the heroes. They're so tanky. And SC now has an Invis, takes the bounty rune, and he's looking to set up a gank perhaps on Envy. Envy's only level 4. Man, the Lich effect is strong.
Faith is the same level. KP well on his way to 6, and they might just make a move here on Envy. SCCC's got the Invis. Envy has the TP. Goes for it now, but
bash?
Give me a bash! Give me a bash! No, KP. Your prayers are not answered. Meanwhile, top lane Mugi almost got picked off. Did barely TP out in the nick of time. By the way, while all that was happening, the Pugna effect was quietly creeping in as this top tier 1 down to less than 2 health, it looks
Not
like.
much
So
good's happening to
heavy
Radiant's
structural
bottom
damage
tower.
done. And
Radiant structures are
once that tower falls, the way to rotate towards mid and really assume Roshan control lies open
Radiant's
for
bottom
Newbee.
tower is under
So
attack.
these early towers are being pressured, and I think Lumi, you know, what we were touching on earlier, that is really the fulcrum of the Newbie game plan. They have to take early towers, establish map control, and limit Cloud9 space to farm. And so far, it feels like they're on track to doing it.
Yeah. One of the ways that Cloud9 can make an eventual comeback, and I'm talking about like 25, 35 minutes into the game, is the Roshan pit. When you have the Naga Siren as a hero, you can just pretty much stop any Roshan that's happening on the other side, or just do it yourself with the Song of Siren backup. And I think that's... I mean, Cloud9 always love to sneak Roshan and stuff like that.
You're going to forfeit this tower bottom. So 1 down, 2 to go. One of those quite low, as mentioned, with the Chronosphere ready. Might just see Newbee make a move soon. It's also daytime now. This feels like the most opportune possible moment to try and make a play. There they go. Chain Frost isn't ready yet. I guess that's the one big thing they're missing here, but they bring 3 to mid and begin to group up.
Mugi though already pressuring the bottom tower. Level 7. Obviously working towards that Aether Lens. Pretty standard build.
I think he's just going to come mid. It looks like they're going to 4-man tower. And I mean, really, can Cloud9 do much about it? There's no Blink of Puck yet. There's no Song of Siren setup available. Feels like just another free tower for Newbee.
They do see Kaka, and they have all their abilities, but who cares if you kill a Nyx Assassin at this point, right? You're not going to stop the push.
Kaka also dropped a ward, so he might catch somebody moving in. Veil is ready for Fana. Big pickup for Cloud9. Can they make something happening? They commit the darkness. They look for the flank. It's MSS from the rear, but Newbee, they retreat that squad of 4. They leave the bristle top, so again, the pressure on structures is consistent. The Newbee have either, you know, one of their core just hitting a tower, the other 4 working together elsewhere on the map, and Cloud9 really can't stop this. Maybe MSS can at least hit some creeps in the meanwhile, get experience, but it's not going to be able to keep the bristle off the tower. Last hit, 2 down, 1 to go as the tier 1s crumble.
I mean, this tower is already dead, right? They will have a glyph available. Chronosphere on the back line here, and they're going to try to burn down Pylai Die. He is a freebie. Coil's going to get used. Kaka might be in a little bit of trouble, but I think they are going to lose the Sand King as well. Aoi's going to get stunned up here. They will burst him down. 2-for-1 trade. MSS needs to get out there right now.
That was without SCCC. Now he joins the fray. Fada slightly missing on the orb, not able to bring down the Lich, who continues to stay alive. Now MSS on the run. Pylai Die gets the finish. SCCC diving deeper and deeper. He really wants MSS. Does he dare reach high ground for it? No, he's going to back down. Critical hour elsewhere. Envy coming in from behind, wants to deal with KP. Tries to to slow him down, nukes him decently, but there's the time walk back to safety. He's going to grab this regen and will be almost instantly canceled, but he does end up getting away. So, in the end, not too bad for Cloud9. They hold the tower, and they don't completely fumble the team fight. It looked like they were going to lose like maybe 2 more heroes there, but managed to scrape it out.
You know, I found it very surprising that Newbee decided to start off the team fight with Chronosphere, because all they had to do is just sit behind the Pugna and blast off that tier 1 tower with Pugna. But instead they choose to take a fight. It was chaotic, and as a result, not only do they not win the fight clearly, they also didn't get the tower.
And if you want to... Oh, nice Carapace in the top lane, setting up here on AUI 2000.
Nice.
Oh, this is the second... I didn't see if it was the Caustic or the Sandstorm. But
yeah,
one of them procced. He's instantly Carapace.
He spiked the Caustic off a creep kill. That was nice and tight.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a great point that you're making about the way they approach that push. Also, if you want to take that fight and dive, you really should have the Bristle there. Like, he's the dream hero in that type of prolonged engagement.
Right.
I do want to point out items, Lumi. SCCC is going straight for a pipe. This is an amazing pipe game.
Yeah, he's got a hood already. KP, interestingly, he's also got a hood. How many times do you see Faces Void first item hood? But
pipe is so good. Like,
yeah?
What physical damage does Cloud9 have? Naga is a magic damage carry. Puck has no drow or anything to really boost up his right click. So
this is an
unless
entirely
Night
magic
getting an armlet
yeah.
and going carry, which doesn't seem like, pipe is the end.
All right, Kaka is going to get caught out. Pug coming in here as well. And this should be a kill. Nice picks.
And what do you know? Perfect timing to hit the shrine as well. So, is an opportunity now for Cloud9 to try and make their second round of moves, but you know, whenever it's daytime and once these pipes are complete, Newbee is going to group up and start going for those bigger objectives. Tier 2s,
yep.
Maybe the Roshan. Meanwhile, Envy, only 1,200 gold. I mean, sometimes you'll see Naga's like 2/3 or more of the way to their relic, or even having it. It's a really good game at this point. He still has a lot of catch-up.
Puck was able to steal a couple of the creeps from Messi, but not going to slow him down too much. The one, I guess, silver lining here for Cloud9 fans, hold that thought here, is Lich going to get run down. Is the fact that even though Newbee is good at pushing, they're not good at pushing fast, right? Like the Pugna Blast take a while to actually wear down a tower. And every bit of time for a Naga lineup is super, super important.
Let me ask you something. Speaking of the Pugna and the pushing, like we saw a very different build from Super.
Yes.
In last game, you went BOT Rush. Do you like the Aether Lens and the Ags better, or what are your thoughts on like the right way to itemize Pugna?
Aether Lens always to start off, like that's always the right item. I think I like the BOT because they are allowed to push back so many waves. You know that Naga is going to be splitting you, but at the same time, having Ags available is also good dealing with Naga. I think the order doesn't matter too much. Chrono.
Oh, he's going to find Fada. Can't phase shift that for long as the stun comes through. Looking for the follow-up with the blast, the drain. They get the kill. Newbee takes the puck down, and the way to lies open. This is a crucial objective for establishing Roshan control, and I don't know that Cloud9 can fight it without that puck. They also don't have Blink of Sanity yet. Song is ready, but it seems Cloud9 are more content to stall for now and try and do a bit of split pushing in their own.
Yep. To answer your question, as long as Pugna gets both of those items, it should be fine. I don't think the order matters too much. And actually having the extra stats here for the push is pretty critical, so you get off a couple more blasts.
Yeah, you get the plus 225 talent, and nobody is going on this Pugna, especially not with Frost Armor. He's actually very tanky.
Yeah, Frost Armor and possibly double pipe eventually.
It's kind of like the strategy that we saw from LFY previously, where they picked Lich, and then they just built BKBs, and it's like, well, you know, we already did a Dragon Knight, right? So it's a Dragon Knight with Frost Armor. You don't really want to get physical damage heroes against him. Your nuke heroes can't do anything against the BKBs. Like, this double pipe is kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
Newbee are going for the invincible to all damage strategy, but obviously not at that point yet. That's just the mindset with these items, is to basically ensure Cloud9 can't really do anything.
Have you noticed the way that Kai has been using his ultimate? He's basically been using it every time off cooldown to give Eternal Envy vision. He's doing some next level riding. He's spotted right now.
Oh, speaking of which,
he uses Song and
hey,
get the hell out.
How you doing? They're gonna catch him out here. Blast coming through. He gets up the Song, but the ward zapping and Carapace was attempted there by Kaka.
And they get off a kill. So that might look like a very curious play. Scientists might have been baffled, but let's look at the result, right? He got 4 people's attention next to the enemy tier 2. They're able to pick off a kill simultaneously and force out Glyph and damage tier 1 top. That is true space creation for Cloud9.
All according to the plan for Chairman Mao. But now Psalm's on cooldown for 2 minutes, and Pipe is ready. So I imagine if you're Newbee, looking for that next big objective.
This might be a good time to go into the Roshan pit. If they have a Medallion Purge, it does not seem like they do. And so maybe just get the lane push. But Cloud9 doing a very excellent job keeping the pressure up on all lanes. But this is where you go back to the puck and say, you know, maybe having BOTs will be somewhat better for this phase of the game. Making sure that you don't get pressured in from the side.
Yeah, keep your farm up, help push some of these waves. And
again, that Zuso goes off pretty much on cooldown every single time. Just vision. Scouts out a smoke gank, so they're not going to get surprised. A very different way of playing Zeus from what you're traditionally seeing as the KS machine.
I mean, this is why the old Cloud9, back even when they had Bone 7 on the team, like picked the hero purely for the vision, not at all for the damage. But Fada could be in trouble here. Kaka trying to get in range, goes for the initial hit, and then the stun follow-up comes through. It's only a level 2 phase shift, now locked down by the Chrono. Crucial pick, they lob in the chain thrust. No escape for Fada. Huge commitment, but hey, Zong's on cooldown still for a minute, so Chrono and the chain frost will be at least halfway up by the time. Blowing down Fada, who's the mid-game tempo controller, obviously very nice for Newbee, but more importantly, they need to take these towers.
They do.
That is on the menu now. This tier 2 bottom about to fall.
But look at top for Cloud9. They were able to do a little bit of ratting themselves. They're not going to get the tower, but that's a TP back here from Newbee, delaying the further push. How are we doing on the Radiance? Oh my god. Jackie Mao is so far away. 2800 on Naga Siren.
I was wondering if SCCC might get his Radiance at the same time, but he just bought another Rain of Health, so it looks like he's actually going back for a fan.
Okay.
It would have been pretty funny if the Bristle goes Pipe first and still manages to meet the timing on the Radiance. Alright, so we've got a little room to breathe here for Cloud9, Lumi. Overall thoughts on the way the game's developing?
Pretty much as expected. We know that Cloud9 is not going to win the laning phase. We know they're not going to win the mid game. Just depends on how fast Jackie Mao can farm, whether he's going to get caught or not. And Cloud9 is counting on a couple of mistakes here from Newbee. They need Newbee to be careless. They need the puck as well as the Night Stalker to get 1 or 2 kills, stuff like that. And finally, Aoi has his Blink Dagger.
Quite slow, but to be expected with the amount of roaming and early help that the team needed, and with the 5 position Zeus so much. He's gonna lay out the Zeus ult, maybe try to lull Newbee, give a false sense of security, and that holds down, but darkness is about to fall. Yeah,
Cloud9 popped the smoke. They want to actually see the positioning of the hero, see if they can actually poke in for a kill.
I don't think that's the duo you want to go on, though. If you get Carapace and then the Chrono comes out, you are They think twice about jumping mid, and now
Rosh is happening.
Rosh is up. This is where Naga can shine. Has the TP ready, has the Shrine to TP too. Definitely could look to contest here, but they're going to go in without the Zeus ult, so some big damage missing. It's a slow Rosh, as you mentioned. There is no medallion, but Bristle certainly has the sustain to take it. Might take him a while, but he's going to force out the Pi TP. And now with Pi back at the well, still no Zeus ult for 45. This could be the time to just commit. Newbee smoked up and looking to make their move. They're going to find Fada on the high ground. Gets caught sleeping with his pants down and punished by Newbee. Was not prepared at all for that maneuver. They just came right at him.
I think they just have to give up the Rosh. Scan.
They then scan and they find MSS. They could get more.
Rosh is dropping low. Naga still not making that TP. They were going to concede it. Maybe MSS could steal it with his flying. He flies over. The fly ends. That is going to be it for the Rosh.
Now you say that, but now he wants to blink into the pit. No! Not the blink he was looking for.
We haven't seen the last of him.
Chorus of Frogs. Marks
Dyer's
the
bottom tower
successful
always
takedown
did
of
get
the
short shrift.
Pretty. Newbee gonna have some time here. What are the next steps for Newbee? They got their Rosh, they took the tier 2s, there's only one remaining top Lumi, they've built their core items. Is there any sort of timer in your mind? Is there any urgency? Are there certain things they're waiting on, or are they content just to take this one?
I definitely think that there is some urgency. You don't, because once the Radiance comes online, the game starts to get slightly harder. Envy is able to cut and farm much faster. MSS, no chrono here, so he should be fine.
God, that damage is dirty.
But I think the objective for Newbee here in the next 5 minutes is to push out the side waves and use that Aegis in some productive manner by pushing high ground. Damage to tier 3, start blasting it. But it's hard. Look at what Naga's doing. This is where, again, the Pugna BOT is super useful. And he's going to go right back for it.
Everyone on Newbee just feels so unkillable right now, like at least as far as the cores go. You've got a Pugna with 1500 health and Aegis. You definitely don't want to go on him first. The Void has the hood, and it's actually made a big difference where he just doesn't seem that versatile. Nyx can just Carapace or Yules if you jump him, and Bristle obviously is a tank. So, like, basically Lich is the only easy kill, relatively speaking. I just wonder where Cloud9 find that jump, and you can see they're hoping for one. They've got 3 descending on KP in the top lane. They get the sounds off, they're going to drop the Void, and now try to commit forward. Owie gets him with the burrow, but he might just time walk it all up. They can't kill him. KP survives, and meanwhile the team is storming down mid. No epicenter for the high ground defense, no Zeus ult available either. It might be slow, but it's certainly steady, and with those Pugna Aetherland blasts laid into this tower, it begins to melt. Cloud9, this may have been a huge error, as Newbee are just going to take this tower down, almost finish it for free, and they'll still have time potentially to, after the glyph ends, go for the Rex.
They can't focus on Mookie either because he's got the Aegis.
Where did Radiant's middle tower
So this is tough.
That's the thing is, you know, Newbee are...
Oh, Envy's gonna get caught! Spike him.
Be disastrous for Envy. They're just waiting for the setup. The team's marching into position. They've got Mookie ready for the damage. They just need the Void to come in for the lockdown. Carapace comes through. They're gonna stun him, control him, taser him down. The damage is out of this world. They get the kill again. So Envy's dealt with. The tier 3 is now been laid waste to in the middle lane. Newbee are up 9,000 gold at 23 minutes.
Yep.
Against a lineup that you called greedy. A lineup that needs to spend a lot of time farming. A lineup that needs a lot of items. They have nothing right now.
I mean, this game looks so Newbee favored, but at the same time, the sense of urgency is there. They know that they need to finish the game fast, because you drag the game out long against a Naga, things could be ugly. Fata, nice face dodge, blink out.
Escape by Fada, but that's Triple C moving into position. He's almost got his relic. MSS clapping up from the high ground. All stalling tactics by Cloud9, just trying to be cute, trying to be very annoying and just prevent Newbee from grouping up. But courtesy of this Aghanim Scepter, Mugi can just instantly deal with those illusions that come near his team. Now giving the Zeus the pain trade, the Mana Burn to Crep combo spells doom for the little man. And
wait, why is backdoor protection not up? There's no creeps, right?
They were there.
Okay, they're songing? Are they trying to... Okay, song to kill the ward.
They have epicenter, but Owie's not in position here. He's going to try to rev it up. A bit too late, though. SCCC has the pipe ready, pops it, keeps the team alive. The coil committed. Kaka gets off the Carapace. Now the Chain Frost is bouncing. Stun comes through. 3 are dead. Song's been blown. Chrono as well, looking for the Night Stalker. They'll bring him down, too. Cloud9 are crumbling, and Newbee surge forward onto the melee, but now backdoor protection is active.
But the creep wave's coming back in.
Saving the day for now.
The creep waves are coming in, so...
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Is this just game?
Yeah, pretty sure this is just checkmate.
I mean, that was a questionable engagement. Maybe Cloud9 felt like they had to engage there because, you know, the backdoor protection wasn't up, and
Not much.
they just can't let Moogie just keep blasting like that.
I mean, you called it early in the at the end of the draft, Bloomy, at the beginning of the game. It's a pretty greedy lineup, and in fact, Newbee, they recognize that. They lane it properly, they itemize correctly to apply pressure, to poke at the weak points. They lane very well to just limit Envy's farm, and with Envy not being farmed, there's just no ability to stall. It feels like checkmate, and feels like Newbee and Cloud9 figured out as soon as the draft ended.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there were any like big individual misplays this game. It's not like someone played really poorly on Cloud9. I don't think Cloud9 could actually beat Newbee when they played correctly with this draft.
I agree. I think they needed Newbee to misjudge in terms of like how quickly Envy's farming, or
But the point of these small days didn't really mess on Epicenter. Coil combo, like of course the execution wasn't perfect, but it wasn't you know, so awful that it's like, oh well, they learned if they probably they not entirely over yet. They're down 2 lane racks and half match with the next stage is Newbee Jugular and the Mega Creeps.
Fata's gonna try his best to keep this lane shoved in as much as he possibly can, and creep cut. Once the creep wave makes it past him, it's gonna make it annoying for the enemy. How much do the annoyance?
Howie on a deep wardy mission here. Could get punished though. Kaka is gonna set it up. Now they drop in with KP. They get the Decrepify. They give him the sucky, and now he's on the run. Looking to hound him, finish him off. KP also on the chase.
Space created, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot of space. KP says, too much for my liking. Chrono for you, sir.
I mean,
it's the kill, but an expensive one.
Look at Fata though. He's hitting your tier 3, right?
Easy.
Space created.
Easy. Yeah, those BOTs for the Pugna, definitely in order now. I think Newbee's recognizing that they need that extra mobility for him just to ensure that he cut down on these shenanigans and try to end the game soon.
Meanwhile, the real Naga Siren, SC Illusion in the mid lane, pushing it into the base. Alright.
That thing is a lot scarier than the Naga. lot tankier. And now building to the heart. More to follow. Lacking the creep wave, but you know, honestly, they might want to just start escorting the waves out to the tower just to ensure there's no cutting. Seems Cloud9 are not going to go for that any longer, though. They are all clustered in the base, ready for the death push.
This is the last defense.
Looking to take that fight outside the base. They smoke up. They have the vision. They have an idea, an inkling of where Newbee is. Some vision on Mugi. They could set up here with the Psalm. Is that how they want to start the fight? Fata's revealed. He tries to bait around the wave, orbing back the team there. But now Newbee reveal and see most, if not all. They move in with the Bristle quickly, coating him in sticky, nasty goo. And now MSS dropping low, brought down by the Pugna. Finished off before the fight even really begins. Cloud9 hesitate. Now they Song, but they're all spread. It's not a good opening for Envy. He just uses this time to get back towards the base, protect this team from the angry Bristleback who charges forward, looking for AI 2000, going up Envy. Naga, as well as the Scorpion, all likely to die. Envy, your song ends now. It's just the fat lady who's going to be singing as Cloud9 get absolutely steamrolled in game 1. Base in shambles. They'll buy back, but really Lumi.
Yeah, I think to me this game is, some people debate how much of the draft matters, depending on what game, how much does execution matter. I think
this is like 80-20, I would say.
Yeah, something like that, 90-10 even. It's
Jeez.
I mean, that happens, right? You just have a bad draft, you get out drafted.
Now, it is a very long